Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Thursday. It's the 23rd day of May. Can you believe we're almost a week away from the end of the month?
I cannot.
1 week tomorrow from the end of the month. That doesn't seem right. Today is National Lucky Penny Day. Have you ever had a lucky penny?
Well, I've gathered pennies over the years that I thought, hey, it's a lucky penny, but
You've never had one that is like
that I've hung on to for years? No. Have you?
No, I have not. National Taffy Day today as well. Do you like
taffy.
Laffy Taffy?
I do.
I do too.
Banana.
Banana used to be my favorite flavor. Then I didn't have it for 20 years. Now I'll eat it again. But I don't know how old I was, 7, 8. I took a bite into some banana Laffy Taffy, and when I pulled back, I pulled out a tooth.
Oh.
I had a loose tooth, and it came out in the taffy.
Oh.
But because when I pulled out, it was bleeding, then that yellow taffy with blood on it. It was pretty yucky looking.
Oh, I bet it was.
I did not rinse it off and eat it. But I had a tooth sticking out of the taffy, and it was
gross.
Yeah, it was kind of gross. But today is National Taffy Day, National Lucky Penny Day, and we've got a Dear John letter to get to. You can chime in with your advice right now if you'd like at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. What do you think is the best job for a lazy person? I thought maybe you would chime right in and say radio, but no, that's wrong. According to Reddit users, being a security guard is one of the best jobs for a person who's not necessarily real ambitious.
Okay. I can see that.
I can see that too, but I don't know that it's a great job if you're lazy. Like if your job is to chase somebody down, let's say maybe if they shoplift something.
From a grocery store, say.
Just stay there.
You stand there and watch.
We had that happen. we were in Vegas a while back, and this happened. January is when that happened. And the guy, we said something to the security guard. We're like, did you see that person running away with stuff?
I made eye contact.
Well, good for you. So, crazy stuff. Anyway, security guard is the correct answer. Thanks for listening to Surveys and Studies and Such, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
And this is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. According to the police in Georgia, a box of Legos that was supposed to contain 244 pieces of Lego bricks and gears and axles. Instead, it had 3 pounds of methamphetamine.
Whoa!
Yeah. A lady recently purchased a Lego kit at a consignment shop, and when she
oh boy,
it retailed for $15.99. She opened it up, and instead, $40,000.
Oh my gosh!
Worth of meth. Yeah. So they launched a probe in conjunction with the DEA, trying to figure out how these Legos got there. They think that they had been mailed by a drug trafficker, but the package was never delivered due to a faulty or non-existent address. So that's how they think it ended up there. But can you imagine that? Thinking you're going to get yourself a nice little package of Legos, and instead $40,000 worth of meth. So that could land you in prison. So that's a bad idea. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Selena Gomez blasted social media at the Cannes Film Festival. She says social media has been no good for her generation. What do you think of that?
I would agree with that.
I don't think it's been good
horrible
for our generation either, though. Selena, I don't think it's been good for any of our generations. But hey, if you're on social media, be sure to follow John and Heidi Show. Vanderpump Rules star Lala Kent says that she got sober after she went to Disney World with her fiance's children for 4 days, and she said she was drunk the entire time.
Whoa.
And after that, she was like, yeah, I think maybe I should not do this anymore. So my question is, where's she buying booze at Disney World? Because
there's
have
bars
booze
and
always?
you betcha.
No idea. I don't remember seeing that. I remember seeing the $93 hot dogs, but I don't remember
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay, they're not 93. I was being silly, but there we go. This is Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at TimeForRehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at TimeForRehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, your scoop of the day brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net. A video has gone viral of a Polish woman driving her car into a liquor store, then running in to steal some booze. So she did a little crash and dash at a liquor store. Not a good idea. You're on camera, so that video has gone viral.
So they catch her?
Well, at the time of this story, they had not, but I'm sure they will.
So
It's
she
only a
drove
matter of-
through the window
she crashed
and
in.
walked into the...
Then walked over, grabbed some
Wow.
booze, and then peeled out of there.
I've never tried that one before.
Don't do that. It's a bad idea. Don't try that. It's a terrible idea. A Malaysian woman jumped to her death after taking a poll on Instagram over whether or not she should kill herself.
Oh, wow.
And then she did. Sad story. I cannot believe that. It happened in Malaysia. And we're going to pause for a moment here and just say, kids, don't do that. And adults, don't do that. Anybody. Why would you do that? Why would you put your hands in your life in the hands of a bunch of idiots on the internet and say, should I kill myself or not? And then do it when they say, yes, that's a terrible, terrible idea. So please, please, please think things through. And there's a suicide prevention hotline that you can call. I'll make sure I throw that number in our show notes. I just think it's a terrible thing that this happened, but it truly happened in Malaysia. So, bad idea. And if you ever see somebody on social media that's talking like that, don't ever say, yes, you should do that. Instead, try to help them. But they had people that were jumping on the bandwagon saying,
well, you
"Yeah,
know
do
they're
it."
gonna. People
It's
are
just,
sick.
That's terrible. Back to the stories here. U.S. Navy has released full findings from a probe back in 2017, an incident where that pilot drew the naughty picture in the sky with the exhaust of the plane. So there's a full probe that's been launched into that now. Oreos announced plans for 5 new summer flavors, Heidi.
Okay.
Oreos. Okay, first of all, Oreos are already pretty darn yummy, right?
Oh, yeah.
But now, Oreo mint chocolate chip. Ooh, that sounds good. Maple cream. Latte cream. S'mores. And then, this one makes no sense. Moon landing Oreos. What? What in the world is a moon landing Oreo going to taste like? They say they're doing this to create a buzz. Well, of course, that's going to create a buzz.
Buzz Aldrin. See what they did there? Ha. No, I will stick with the originals.
Do you like the thins or the double stuff or regulars?
Regular.
Have you seen they have a thin
Don't
one?
mess with Mother Nature.
They have like one that's really thin, like it's a really skinny.
Yeah,
It's
it's more
like-
expensive and you get less stuff.
And then they got one that's too much cream, and then there's like just the regular.
Yeah,
I mean,
just right.
the people at Reese's did the same thing. They got like the Reese's Big Cup. I had one. I
Yeah.
was like, that's too much peanut
Yuck.
butter. And then they had like a little one. I was like, there's not enough peanut butter. I'm like, just leave it alone, people.
It was already perfect.
You've got a good recipe. Why would you mess with that? So anyway, Oreo's got all these new flavors. We're going to have to try them one day, and then we'll pass along whether they're good or not, because, that's the kind of thing that we have to do on this program. It's our duty
We're givers.
to eat Oreos and tell you about it. A Maine woman is suing her ex-boyfriend for the right to visit his dog. Back when they were dating, it was their dog. Now it's his dog. She's suing for visitation rights for the dog. So I could see that, I guess. Southwest Airlines passenger kicked off the plane for jokingly asking the flight attendant if the water that she had was vodka. So he got kicked off the plane.
Why would you
for
get
that?
kicked off for that?
I
That's
don't know.
ridiculous.
That was a Southwest flight, so they are not kidding around on Southwest. Workers have gone on strike at the Rainforest Cafe in Canada after claiming the restaurant chain turned a blind eye towards sexual harassment at the Rainforest Cafe in Canada is where that happened.
Okay.
Guns N' Roses have filed a copyright infringement lawsuit of the makers of Guns N' Rose Ale. So Guns N' Rose, not Guns N' Roses, but Guns N' Rose Ale. I could see where they would have an issue there. I mean, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how that's going to end. That's going to do it for our Scoop of the Day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
Dear John, dear John.
All right, we got a Dear John letter today that we could certainly use your help with. I bet there's probably people listening that are struggling, I'm struggling to say it, suffering or struggling with the same thing that this lady's struggling and suffering with.
Okay.
Here we go. Dear John, my husband and I have gotten in a few arguments lately because he never wants to go anywhere. I feel like we don't have any close friends, but I think it's because he never wants to do anything. We have won tickets for concerts and didn't even go because he would rather stay home. I don't have any work friends that I go out with, and I'm not from here, so my friends that I stay in touch with on Facebook are hundreds of miles away. What can I do to encourage my husband to get off the sofa and go out somewhere?
Oh.
I want to enjoy life and not be anchored to the sofa to watch TV. What can I do? Signed, Need a Date Night. One of the things I thought was interesting, I actually had a survey that I just read, and I have a copy of it in the show notes. It's right with your Dear John letter, so you can actually click and see it. A survey by one poll found the average American has not made a new friend in the past 5 years.
That's really sad. Isn't that sad?
I think so. And I think that you're going to find there's probably a lot of people listening right now that are going, wow, I really don't go anywhere, and I really don't do anything.
Yeah.
And part of the reason is what my wife is doing right now, Heidi, is on her phone while we're talking. What are you doing over there?
Sorry.
Something important, I'm sure.
Yes.
But I think this right here has caused a lot of the problem because, well, in the case of the Dear John letter, it sounds like a TV. But I think for many people nowadays, our Facebook friends have replaced our real friends. Our social media lives have replaced our social lives. And I think that's really sad. Get out of the house, go out, breathe in some fresh air, and enjoy life.
We've made a lot of new friends over the last couple of years.
I think so. And yeah, so this survey says that one poll found the average American has not made a new friend in the last 5 years.
Really sad.
We've made a ton of new friends, and here's how: by going out and just meeting people. Go up to them and say hello. This would have been like 13 years ago. We'd moved to a new community, and we went to this church. And after church, my wife over here said, wow, it's not a very friendly church. Like, nobody even talked to us. And I said, wait a minute. Did we talk to anybody else, though? So do you remember?
No, but churches are different.
You're like,
I mean,
it just seems so cliquey. So what we did, like the next week or 2 weeks later, whenever it was, when we were there, we went after church. There was like a place you'd sit and have donuts. And we sat there and we invited people to sit with us. And we made some really good friends that way. And we got to know people by being the one to say, hey, would you guys like to sit here? And then just meet people. So my advice for you, Need a Date Night, would be this. Tell your hubby, we're going to go out. We need to go out.
Yep.
This is important to me. And here's the way. We have some friends that they almost got divorced over this. They actually were separated for a while because she wanted to go do things and he wanted to stay home. So she finally went and did things and was involved with somebody else. And they were separated. And then all of a sudden we met them and they got back together and it was really cool. They have a daughter.
They have another child. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Because they got back together. And the sad thing is it didn't end well. They're not together anymore. But I'm saying that had nothing to do. But there's a good story in there somewhere. But the thing is, think about this. For those of you who want to sit on TV, or sit on the sofa and watch what's going on TV instead of living your own life,
and then getting so worked up about the way a TV show ended that you need a therapist.
If you've got a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, if you've got a significant other that wants to be out enjoying the real world, you need to understand if you're going to stay on the sofa, they're going to go enjoy the real world without you. And I hope that sofa is as comforting as you think it is, because it's not going to end well. It's just not. So
amen.
Be very careful to choose television and social media over real life. I think that's a bad idea. So my advice to you, Need a Date Night, would be let your husband know how important this is to you.
That's right.
You know, if this is something where you're sending us a letter because it's really bugging you that, hey, I need to get out, I need to meet people, do that. And if you don't have a social network of people that you're hanging out with in the community that you're in right now, one of the things, I don't know if you attend a church or if you don't, but that's a great place to meet people. If you're into that kind of thing, what an awesome place to meet other couples. So anyway, I've got this Dear John letter on our Facebook page. If you would like to chime in with your advice, you can also send your Dear John letter for next week so I can read it while Heidi's ignoring us on her phone.
I'm listening.
I don't think you are.
I am.
I don't know what she's doing. It's got to be really important.
I'm listening.
If you would like to chime in to this Dear John letter with your advice, you can do that at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The author of Da Vinci Code was a failed pop star. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Because before he wrote the blockbuster thrillers about religious history, he's got several of them, Dan Brown worked as a songwriter and a pop singer in Los Angeles. One of his albums was called Angels and Demons, using some of the same design elements in the liner notes that he would later use in the novel with the same title 6 years later.
Huh.
So if you ever see that album, Angels and Demons, think, oh, hey, they swiped that from the movie. No, the movie swiped it from them. Same dude, though. So there you go. A little fun fact for you right here on the John and Heidi Show.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, fear this. Time for fun with phobias. Heidi, sophophobia. Sophophobia. Sophophobia.
Fear of the second year.
No, but that's a good guess. It's very similar. Fear of learning. So it's like of learning altogether.
Oh.
Like sophomore is what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, similar. It's a fear of learning. Sophophobia. Today's fun.
Interesting.
With phobias. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, some weird news for you on this Thursday, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. We haven't talked about them in a while, really, have we? Have you seen any of the gifts lately? Some really weird stuff.
No, I haven't. It used to pop up on my newsfeed all the time.
On your newsfeed to see it first. That's how you do it. And then every day you get to laugh and chuckle at some of the weird things. But yeah, some very bizarre stuff this month. Some people will do anything to avoid traffic. Minnesota State Patrol posted a photo on social media of a guy who had a fake skeleton, dressed in a hoodie in the passenger seat so he could use the carpool lane. Well, it got him a $300 fine.
Yeah.
So it says the driver wanted to appear as though he was carpooling with someone.
Just carpool with someone.
Yeah. Don't be a dummy and dress up mannequins or dolls, or this guy had
I don't understand why you wouldn't just say, hey, just ride with me and then we can get there faster.
Well, the trooper pulled over the driver who had the skeleton buckled improperly as well. He cited him for illegal use of the MN pass lane. So there you go.
All righty.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. According to an arrest affidavit, a Florida man is facing criminal charges after he woke up his girlfriend by smacking her with a cheeseburger. I mean, why? That's not a good thing to do.
Hey, honey, rise and shine.
Smacked her with a cheeseburger, then pulled her hair and kicked her. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, that's not nice. This happened on May 4th. He's 30 years old, Kyle Jamison Jones. And for whatever reason...
What a jerk.
Yeah. The Jensen Beach home that he shares with his girlfriend of 7 years They were unable to identify any physical injuries on her, thank goodness. So it's not like she's going to have a scar for life. But when you get woken up with a cheeseburger to the face, I mean, you already have a scar for life.
I don't think she's
think so.
scarred for life.
Every time she drives by a burger place. I was able to locate several remnants of the cheeseburger, said the officer. Anyway, there was a verbal argument that took place, and neighbors called about that, and that's why he was arrested. He was booked into the jail on misdemeanor charges. So don't ever do that. It's a bad idea. It's today's moment of duh. Yeah, weird.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, these three things, Heidi, tell me, what do these three things have in common? I think you're going to get this right today.
Okay.
All right. B, M, Jemima. B, M, and Jemima. Think about Jemima. Who's Jemima?
Aunt Jemima. Syrup.
Okay, and then who's B? Aunt B.
Aunt.
Yeah, Aunt M.
And Auntie M.
Auntie M. They're all aunts,
Aunts.
Heidi. Yeah.
Okay.
See, I knew you'd get it after you thought it through. Aunt B. See, the trick is, when I said M and B, you were thinking letters, weren't you? Instead of B-E-A. Aunt
No,
B,
I was
Aunt
thinking
M.
B, but then when you said M, then it threw me because I was like, okay, so what does the B? Because I was thinking of bumblebee, and then at first I was thinking honey, so I was down that train of thought. And then you said Jemima, and I was like, was there honey in syrup?
Well,
so
they're all ants. That's today's. These three things. Sometimes the less we know, the better. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi
you don't
Show.
want to go down that rabbit
No,
hole with
I
me.
do not.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of ripitgloves.com. Very comfy, by the way. I've got a pair of these. ripitgloves.com, promo code radio. The website, ripitgloves.com. Take a listen to this headline. First of all, so many of these stories are sad to start, and then there's like a nice little happy twist.
Yeah, usually.
So there's a cafeteria worker who was giving students some free food. Well, she was fired from a New Hampshire school.
I remember reading this story. That's infuriating.
She was giving students who had no funds in their account free lunches. She wanted to make sure these kids had something to eat. Well, her story made headlines, and celebrity chef Jose Andres offered her a job. Bonnie Kimball says she was fired on March 28th by Fresh Picks, a vendor that supplies food to this school district. It came one day after she gave a student lunch, even though he couldn't pay for it. His family is very well known in this town. I can guarantee that if I call his mother, she would have come right in and paid the bill, but I didn't want her to get out of work. I know they would have brought the money the next day. The bill was going to get paid, is what she said to the news. Anyway, she did what she felt was the right thing, but the company didn't think so. Well, when the story went viral, celebrity chef Jose Andres took to Twitter and offered Kimball employment with his nonprofit, World Central Kitchen. He says the hero is Bonnie Kimball.
Yep.
If she needs a new job, we have openings at Think Food Group, is what he tweeted. And now she's working with him.
That's awesome.
I think that's really cool. She has not indicated whether or not she's interested in the position. So I guess I might be wrong. Maybe she's not working there. But she was offered the position. So I hope she takes that job.
Well,
that would be really cool.
absolutely. That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, I'm looking to see.
Until she starts giving away his food, and then he.
No, that's what they do. That's their whole mission. So, all right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.